You already know what it is. Holla at your boy. It's your boy, L8K A TV. You already know what it is. Now, ah, I just ate some good snacks, midnight snack. Feel me? Thinking about they say, "He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing." Right? From my observation and what I've seen thus far, he that findeth a wife in these modern times findeth bills, um, arguments, um, unhappiness. Not for everybody, but from the majority of what I've seen thus far. That's what I've seen. Um, Only because of the traditions that we see people go through and what they've been taught in the possession of a relationship, and one thinks that they own a person, um, which allows stifleness in a relationship because each person has their own individual time clock of procedures and a schedule of how they get things done. And if they're not coherent in the decision making of how they do things, then it becomes a clash of time. And then you have outside influence from people that are unsatisfied and unhappy with their life, and they chime into the relationships that work. You know what I mean? Or a relationship that's working, but based off the adventure and the drama that some people seek out of relationships, um, it tends to intensify the arguments and the unhappiness of um, why these people think that these things have to happen in order for them to be in a relationship, and why each person feels like they have to possess each person um, based off of their own necessities and benefits of how they think they should be together. You know what I mean? I don't see things that way. Um, Based off my experiences, I feel like a man is abundant, right? And we've grown up in certain traditions, like I said, and just doing my own researches and going through the textual scrolls and scripts that we've been taught to study. Man has always been abundant, so man has had many wives, and man has been able to reproduce abundantly to carry on a bloodline and a tradition and a family tree of offsprings that extend the human race. You feel me? Um, I don't believe in being with one woman. My life has been great when I'm able to have the options of being with multiple women or being around multiple women for different reasons. I've never been in a situation where Um, there's been like super drama, fist fights, arguments, and stuff like that. I've been in the room with women that I've dated, multiple of them, and nothing has ever happened. Um, I don't live my life that way. I don't carry myself that way. Um, I don't have to force the issue of like um, creating a narrative that's not myself. You know what I mean? So I've been in rooms, been in situations where I've dealt with, plenty of women, and I think my life would be or is better that way, where I can have the options of having multiple women that do different things that add value to me, not just being around just to be around or seeking benefits and stuff like that, but just being around me to experience life in luxury, um, with the financial backing and budget of my success, um, investments, other women being a part of my life that add value in their own way without feeling any type of way or feeling any type of um, um, demand of being in a situation that they don't want to be in. Um, I'm a busy man. I'm outgoing. I love to work out. I like to have my me time. I also like to entertain. I like to host, and I like to, talk about certain things and certain topics that don't offend people. You know what I mean? And just based off my observations of just being around certain people and being in conversations about certain topics, when it deals with marriage, um, which is a choice of the individual, for the most part, there seems to be a give and take, but in a tug of war type of manner. You know what I mean? And not just being married, just being in a relationship that's monogamous. With one person. It seems to be a tug of war of possessions and time and traditions. If one doesn't understand each person's culture, traditions, and outlook on life and like goal destination. So it's like one person may want different things out of life or want to acquire certain things out of life. Some people are more outgoing than others. Some people want to be stay-at-home moms. Some people are adventurous. You know what I mean? And I think I'm like all of the above. You know what I'm saying? There may be times where I want to chill, be at home. There may be times where I want to go out, but I don't want to have that tug of war feeling of like, why you going out? Why you having fun? Where you going? How you doing this? How you doing that? When is the bills gonna get paid? When is the Nah, I didn't design my life to be that way. I designed my life to be abundant, um, super successful, super outgoing, having many streams of income, many avenues of business, so that I could create flow that will allow me to spend time with my loved ones and the different women that I choose to be around. I also created my magazine, which is in the works, for women to have an outlet to advertise and market themselves in a manner that's acceptable in a world that's a fantasy, but but lived out through reality, where they can be themselves. You know, you could be advertised for the business that you do, whether you want to dress nice, show your bikini, show your natural body state of how you like to model yourself. You know, um, whether you're in a business outfit, whether you're on the beach, or what do you do for a business? Um, do you have products that you want to advertise? Um, do you have a community of um, business that you want to create? Also, while feeling sexy about yourself and how you see yourself, right? So I didn't have a cookie cutter image of like how a woman is supposed to look based off of a certain standard. It was just like, okay, let's have categories of different women that want to advertise themselves um, in many different ways that is suitable for them, and it's appealing to the audience that they want to attract. Right? And I think there has to be that in the community of African Americans, where there have to be a platform and a situation where um, women can express themselves without feeling super judged, right? And not just for African Americans, but I'm an African American, a multicultural African American, and I think it starts with us in order for us to appeal in that avenue of success, in that avenue of attraction and image, because you know our culture tends to have full lips, um, well proportionate bodies that get looked at as um, it's actually the image that is the standard now, but going through different stages of life, certain ways of looking was frowned upon, or um, it's like reverse. Like women are going to get their body done to look like a certain body type, right? And it wasn't acceptable, right, back then, or it wasn't even a demand, right? But now there's so many categories of how women want to look that you can't even be super judgmental of how they want to present themselves. Because men got different tastes, but it has to be vocally expressed of what men want and what they're seeking. Because I think there's a confusion of like what men actually are looking for out of a woman and what women think that men are looking at. And also there's a clash of like women competing with women to look like other women, but not necessarily happy with how they're looking after the work is done. You know what I mean? So it's like, who's there to be like, yo, you looked good the way that you were or the way that you are. You feel me? And or a man that's like, well, I like all those different categories, and I could be around this type of women, this type of women, this type of woman, or a man that actually has a standard, you know what I mean? So the magazine is basically about that, um, empowering women, you know what I'm saying? Because, we live in a generation where they say men don't empower women and we bash women and stuff like that. I don't really judge women or try to possess them and stuff like that, you know what I mean? I like to have fun. I like to explore the mindset of a woman, you know, what's her goals, what's her ambition, what is she really into, um, things that make her happy, and also expressing those things about myself so that everyone feels comfortable based off of the mindset, decision making, and the life that I chose to live, you know? And I think it's very important that men have a choice to express these things and not get caught up in the overconsumption of time spent in a situation, relationship, or a marriage that turns into responsibilities that take away from the essence of a relationship, and why the man and the woman are supposed to be intimately experienced. You feel me? There has to be a criteria and a platform that expresses these things, and not in the sense of popularity and prop, like not just the image aspect of it. Like, okay, I want to do this because here's the benefits I'm gonna get for it. I want to look cool, or I want to be in this because on camera it's gonna look good, or on set it's gonna look good. But do you actually live like that? What's your experience? Have you ever lived like that before? Do you feel comfortable living like that? Do you understand the dynamics of what that is? Do you understand yourself to coexist in business, to coexist in the exchange of personalities? And are you willing to have fun and experience life in a way that is not destructive and draining to your existence? Like, are you going to genuinely be happy? Are you going to genuinely be at peace with living a life of abundance and not wanting to be possessive in the building of an empire, the building of a kingdom, the building of a family tree, the building of something that's different from the norm. The building of self-exploration, the building of life from a different aspect. You know what I mean? Um, the counseling of what it takes to stay committed, right? Because people are committed based off of benefits. You know what I mean? They're committed based off the benefits. And sometimes the benefits and the requirements and what it takes to sustain that commitment gets overruled by the needs and necessities of society. You feel me? And it tears the relationship apart and it breaks the relationship apart. But if one is working as like a family tree and as a machine of success, then everyone is on the same page, right? And when everyone's on the same page, everyone can move and operate how they want to move and operate, knowing that there won't be no lack of anything. And when there's no lack of anything, you won't make decisions that will crumble the relationship. You feel me? So once there's structure within the relationship, and once there's clear communication of the relationship, one can thrive in being not only individually determined, but also as a group be focused on the bigger picture at hand. Feel me? So just my observation of like marriage and what marriage and what it does to the individual of when it's just one person, it's like overly committed to the responsibility and not more so committed to the individual, which like separates the experience that people need to share once they have time to do the things that enhances a relationship, like going on dates, spending time with each other, spending time with your kids, going to like events together, creating events with each other and experiences and stuff like that, and also not being labeled with society's titles of like judgment, where they saying, okay, this person thinks like this, he's a narcissist, or this person has mental health, or he's toxic, or stuff like that. Like all those made up labels of what they think people are and stuff like that, based upon their own misery of experiences and why they can't find a relationship or build a relationship and stuff like that, because certain things are like that. The narrative that people want you to live is sometimes forced based off the people around you and what they see from what they think should be done and how they think you should live, but it's not the reality. The reality is just living life how you want to live your life based off of your experiences and what you've done through your due diligence of experiences, right? And that's why I speak for myself when I speak on these topics. Like I speak from experience, knowing that I'm more free elusive, not a distraction, right? And more effective when the freedom of time can be spent doing what I need to do, what I want to do, right? Because based off my career, I need to do certain things to get to another level or the next level. What I want to do is, now that I finish what I've done based upon the needs and necessities of how I put things in place, the wants is the fun and the experience and the leisure time of stuff and the experience of life that one needs to have to broaden their horizons and to say that, okay, they lived a fun-filled and fulfilled life. So for me, that has to be meeting women that are like-minded from different cultures with different experiences who want to live a luxurious life. Also understanding the different personalities of those women and understand the different levels of life and experiences that they want to obtain and they want to live based upon their desires and not feeling guilty about having those desires and not being around people that's going to make you feel guilty of having those desires and being able to live out those desires without having drama and issues of conflict, because there'll be an understanding of the agenda, right? Or not necessarily an agenda, but the itinerary of what is expressed from all parties involved, and being able to live a life of comfortability in the decision making of taking those steps into that direction of life. So I don't see why there should be a group of women that fights against those type of things, because the majority of them are broken and happy or rich and single. And what's the point of coming together to create a group of women that can't find a man when you can be a group of women with a man, right? And live the life that you intend to live, since the rich woman is like, I don't need no man for money. I don't need that, but I just need a man. Okay, all aboard. The broke person is like, well, I'm broke and I'm unhappy. Well, okay, I'm gonna give you a job and I'm gonna give you an opportunity to make some money. And then when you start making some money, that narrative will change for you, because now you have an opportunity to be successful. And then while you don't have that mindset, we're gonna create that mindset if you're willing to create that mindset, and we're gonna have you join the party of that type of lifestyle, right? Because there's a mindset of why men ain't this, why men ain't that, why men ain't good, or why men ain't this. But it's only because of stereotypes, he say, she say, and getting biased opinions based off of people that don't have successful relationships. So if you don't have a successful relationship and you're looking for advice and you're comparing and contrasting with other people that don't have one, the energy of the negative is going to flow into that arena that you don't want to belong to. You feel me? And I'd rather not be a part of that. I'd rather not be a part of that. I'd rather not be a part of the why it won't work and what happens if it doesn't work and stuff like that. I'm into the arena in the stadium of why it works, when it works. I know it's gonna work. Um, um, the affirmations of success, not feeling guilty about it, not being angry and mad all the time, um, having the freedom to look how you want, feel how you want, dress how you want, drink what you want, eat what you want. Within the capacity of being healthy, wealthy, and clear in the communication of what value, you know what I'm saying, what value you bring to the table, or what value you add to the table, you know what I mean? And getting to know someone genuinely, right? Because a lot of things are like,